Hey there everybody, wishing you a wonderful spring or autumn equinox or fall equinox, whatever you call it, wherever you are. I hope you're all having a wonderful evening or day so far. Okay, we're so approaching the last supermoon of the year for now, and it happens to fall in the spring equinox, which is not going to happen for many years to come. So it's quite an auspicious evening for me. But there are so many changes happening and there's so much going on and the energies we've been talking about for the past couple of months. So I'm going to touch on that quickly and then we're going to jump straight into the reading and give you some info on what's going on here. So we've been talking about the balance of masculine and feminine energies. This has been going on for a long time. Everyone's seeing divine masculine, divine feminine. What is it all about? I've briefly gone over it before. It does come up here because the balance is being restored. We've had for a long time now a very matriarchal society in every way, shape and form. And that is no fault of anybody's and no reason for anybody to get, all activist on anybody else. It's not fundamentally about that. Unfortunately, the nature of the earth in the 3D reality that we're in at the moment is that of a patriarchal society. The energy has been very masculine, so this will be very assertive, at times aggressive, and it's changed our behavior as a collective to be less accommodating, less compassionate, less empathetic, and it's time now for that to change because it's gotten to such an extreme that it's out of balance. And it's not up to us to do it by being activists and marching up and down the streets, although I totally respect what those people do. Please don't get me wrong, I'm not bashing anybody. I'm talking about this being bigger than us. And I'm talking about this being on a much larger scale, and the fact that we need to understand that, the fundamental energy of it. It is the basics of masculine and feminine, the actual energies. It's got nothing to actually do with males and females. It's got to do with yin and yang. It's got to do with balancing the scales. Things have been up here with all the what is termed as masculine energies. We have to now bring things back into some kind of alignment because it's been imbalanced. This is why we have mindsets that are out of balance. We have relationships that are out of balance. We have families that are out of balance. Ourselves, our bodies, our minds. There are things happening and developments in human beings and in human society that is just not balanced. It's not what it used to be. People are suffering more from mental illness, from cancer, from all of these kind of things because things are not in balance. If everything was in balance and everything was harmonious and perfect, we wouldn't have any issues. And the collective consciousness of the earth needs to change in order to bring that back into alignment. And that's what's happening. And when I say it's bigger than us, I'm also saying that to an extent, it's not 100% in our control. There are things going on, energetic shifts, that we have to embrace and take into account and use to our advantage, and that we can actually facilitate and assist in getting this movement going. All right, so this is vitally important. The new moon is always a good time for new beginnings and also getting rid of old energies. So embracing what you do want in your life, deciding what you don't want in your life, making decisions and realizing at this point in time when the moon's at its fullest that there are very powerful energies around. We're quite happy to accept the fact that the moon can have an influence on the tides of the ocean, enormous masses of water, but we deny that even though we are majority water, the moon doesn't affect me. It's got no effect on me. It doesn't cause any chemical changes or imbalances in my body. Not necessarily imbalances, but changes and fluctuations. So we need to think about these things. We need to think about the planets that affect us. We're in Mercury retrograde. Mercury governs communication. So some of us are battling with communication. There are technical glitches. Some people are losing information. They lose whole hard drives full of stuff. Maybe in your communication with your loved ones, you're finding that you're not being heard, or you're not getting things across, or you're arguing a lot. Just know that this is happening for a reason, and in a lot of instances this kind of arguing and, revealing of stuff is very therapeutic, because it literally is, maybe you're saying something that is out of turn, but something that's long overdue that you've needed to get off your chest, or someone else says something where they've been hiding it and pretending everything's okay, and all of a sudden it reveals. And you realize, hey, there is a problem here. We need to work on this. We need to sort this out. So sometimes it's really necessary, and it's a catalyst for growth and healing. So don't always view Mercury retrograde in a negative light. Sometimes it can really be helpful. You think, oh, damn, I shouldn't have said that. And then later on in the day, you actually get to have a conversation with someone that was long overdue, gets things out in the open, clears things up, and there's a release and a healing that comes from it. So there could be a lot of good coming from these kind of things. Don't always think that disruption and dark times are negative. We need the dark so that the light can come. Once again, the balance of the masculine and feminine. Masculine, feminine, dark, light, night, day, summer, winter. There always has to be this. And if the sooner that we also realize and accept that our bodies and our minds and our earth and our cycles around us and within us go according to other cycles, that everything is a cycle. We will have good times, we will have bad times, we will have ups and downs. There's ebb and flow all the time. And the sooner that we accept that and really, really, truly grasp the concept of that, the sooner we will actually learn to handle things much better and not get so stressed out about things and not get so distraught over relationships and having a bad patch in a relationship or in a work environment or anything. Okay, make peace with it. This is ebb and flow. I need to get through this because some yucky stuff needs to clear out so that we can move on and better things can come in. That is something that is very fundamental that we need to learn and accept, and that will make the process and the journey much smoother. Instead of doing this and hitting a downer and hitting an upper and, oh my God, what just happened? And, oh, today's a great day, but yesterday was terrible, and overthinking and just getting ourselves out of balance. We need to realize that things go like this, and so that we can go with the flow. And the sooner we can do that, the much happier we will be. All right, but let's not get too into it. That is another discussion for another day as well. On with the reading. Okay, so let me make sure that you can see these cards.